Yo, what's up? Just got home from work, and I know I mentioned in the last video that I would be knocking out this wiring harness, but I'm still waiting on some of the loom to show up from Amazon. So I figured instead of doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and prep the valve cover for a oil catch can system that I'm gonna be running. All right, yeah, so this place is an absolute mess. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up real quick, get the workbench cleared off over there, and then I can get to work. All right, so I got the shop picked up a little bit, at least enough to get started on this valve cover. So this thing is pretty hammered, but I'm gonna be cleaning it up the best I can. It's gonna get some paint eventually anyways, but for right now, all I'm worried about is getting these AN fittings welded on this guy. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the areas that need cleaned up, prep everything, and just go ahead and walk you guys through that process. This is a D16 Z6 head, and if you flip it over, first thing that will catch your attention is this oil baffle. All right, so we want our fittings to be inside or underneath that oil baffle. That way we're just catching those oil vapors and we're not getting a whole bunch of blow by. So in order to do that, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up this area right here, this kind of 45-degree slant, and I'm gonna have one fitting kind of like right here and then right here. So go ahead and clean this thing up, drill the holes. All right, so what you're gonna wanna do next is measure the outside diameter of this fitting. I've already measured mine with some calipers, and it's about 1 1/8 inches. So I went it to Lowe's, picked up the 1 1/8 inch hole saw, and then I'm gonna make some marks on here as a guide, and then drill my 2 holes for my fitting. Well, shoot. I guess you can learn from my mistake on this one. Better off to start with a hole saw that's a little bit smaller than what you think probably, but I already got these holes drilled, so I'm just gonna have to send it. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and give everything a final wipe down with some acetone, including my filler rod. All right, so I'm going to be running a number 5 with a gas lens. And let's go ahead and set up this machine. Fire it on. Switch to AC. And I'd rather have too many amps than not enough, because I can always just pedal it. So we'll start at... Just leave it at 170. Should be more than enough. And as far as argon, CFH, style this guy into about, you typically don't need that much with aluminum, so right around just under 15. Alright, let's get it. tacked in place, and yeah, you can see those gaps. It doesn't seem like a lot, especially on video, but that's just going to make it much more difficult to weld. So we'll see how this goes. All right, I got both the fittings completely welded, and not the stack of dimes I was going for, but you rarely get that with cast aluminum, and considering my fit up was pretty terrible, I'm not too mad at it. So pretty easy process. Some things that could have made this go a little bit smoother is better fit up, and probably a little bit more attention to detail when it comes to cleanliness. I was just kind of blasting through some of the contamination that was in the puddle, so could have stopped, reset, cleaned things, but this will work. So there you have it. So I was going to end the video last night, but this Dash 12 AN fitting came in the mail today, and I figured while we're on the subject of welding fittings, might as well get this one knocked out too. So this is for the turbo oil drain line. I'm going to basically do the same process. The only thing with this guy is you want to mount it high. That way when it drains the oil into the pan, it's not getting backed up. So if you were to put it low, it might backfeed into the oil drain line. So we're just gonna mount it high somewhere up here, and hopefully I can do a little bit better job on this one. Alright, so I changed my torch setup for this fitting. I'm going to be running the FUPA. It's a 12, number 12 gas lens, 3/32 tungsten, and that way I can just run some larger stick out. That way once I get to the top here and I'm working in that crevice, I can get to it with my torch. So, yep. right, so way better job on this oil drain fitting. Fit up is everything, I'm telling you. When you have to try to fill those huge gaps, it's not going to work out in your favor. So all I got to do now is clean out the oil pan. Probably just going to rinse it with some warm soapy water. Same with the valve cover. Make sure I get all those metal shards out of there. But that's it for this one, and see you guys next time. You.